If you're a cryptocurrency investor, then you're 99% likely to lose money in 2025. Sorry about the bad news, but that's because most investors are not paying attention to the market cycles that are at play. 1 minute your portfolio is adding extra zeros every time you refresh it. The next, the market's crashed and you've lost all your gains. That's a very familiar story for a lot of people who've been around for a few cycles. You don't want to be like most investors. You want to be a bit contrarian. So in this video, I'm going to break down the market cycles for you, where we are right now, to help you plan ahead. Unless you've been living under a rock, of course, then you'll know that the crypto market is currently in a bull market. Yes, true. Prices are going up most of the time anyway, which is extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. At this point, you're highly likely to fall into the trap of FOMOing into the market when it's pumping, thinking that you're a genius without a plan for what comes next. But the harsh truth here is that you're not a genius. It's simply that the market conditions are right and the cycle is doing what it always does. Remember, what goes up will at some point come down, often dramatically so much quicker than you expect. So what do we mean by market cycle? Well, the cryptocurrency market has historically moved in 4-year cycles, and each cycle has 4 stages: accumulation, growth, bubble, and inevitable crash. Remember when the cryptocurrency exchange FTX collapsed back in November 2022? That signaled the bottom of the previous cycle. So Bitcoin dropped 77% in value during the bear market, with altcoins way further than that. A lot of coins went to zero. Even the big coins like Solana dropped 96% all the way from $250 down to like $8-9 at the bottom. That was, of course, the time to buy low if you had the conviction, when everyone else was scared, running for the hills, saying it was going to zero. Remember the Warren Buffett quote: "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." So that was 2022. Rough year in markets in general. 2023 was the accumulation phase, which saw Bitcoin bounce back in a big way, wiping out most of the losses by the end of the year, bringing us, of course, into 2024, where we had Bitcoin ETFs approved, initial pump up to 74K, big consolidation phase, breakout beyond 100K. Now, Bitcoin's price was up massively in 2024, in case you're living under a rock, driven by the halving event and the ETF hype, okay? Now only 450 new Bitcoins enter circulation every single day, thanks to that Bitcoin halving, 50% less than before April. Those US Bitcoin ETFs are gobbling up supply like crazy. We have corporate adoption, country adoption, FOMO across the board. Collectively, ETFs have bought gargantuan, like 77,000 Bitcoin just in October alone, which is 5.5x the new supply entering the market. So what do you think comes next? Well, if history repeats, we're going to be heading into the massive bubble phase during 2025. Okay, this is what you need to prepare for. But before I talk about how your emotions can either make or break your portfolio in 2025, I want to take a quick second to let you know about today's sponsor, which is iTrust, because one of the biggest ways that you're going to lose money in crypto is through taxes. And iTrust offers you a way to do crypto, but tax-free. Got your attention? Good, because this is something you should definitely be checking out. iTrust lets you bring over your 401k, your IRA, or start a new one if you want, or whatever other retirement vehicle you got going on there, and it's gonna wrap your crypto trading in your retirement account, meaning you can trade as much as you want and never hit a taxable event. 1,000 trades, whatever, no taxable events, which can be huge for your long-term gains and wealth building. They have all the top coins as well: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, dog with hat, all kinds of stuff, okay? They're open 365, 24/7, have low fees. They're the top IRA provider in crypto, and they even let you do in-kind withdrawals so you can actually self-custody those coins. Use the link down below to learn more about what iTrust can offer for you and claim your $100 bonus when starting your account. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. Now, back to it. So, you know what the crazy thing is? You can overlay Bitcoin's price with the psychology of a market cycle, and oh, they're so close, almost identical sometimes. That's because financial markets are driven by fear and greed, and Bitcoin's just a pure representation of that, isn't it? At the end of the day, psychology is what moves markets, not necessarily the news itself. It's our reaction to the news, right? So to avoid buying high and selling low, you have to control yourself. You have to be a bit contrarian. You have to stay sane when the markets get crazy, and the euphoria and the greed's gonna be so hard to deal with. During a cryptocurrency bull market, investors go from feeling hope to optimism to belief to thrill and finally euphoria when Bitcoin's price reaches its peak. Then, during a crypto bear market, investors go from feeling complacency to anxiety to denial to panic to capitulation to anger, depression. Who allowed this to happen? I'm so angry, and that's all over. I lost my money. Yeah, that'll be you unless you sell, by the way. And finally, of course, disbelief when Bitcoin starts to make a recovery, the wider crypto market starts to make a recovery, and everybody starts getting rich again. As you can see, there are a lot more negative emotions that you'll feel along the journey. And most of the time, crypto markets are actually not breaking out to new highs and all that stuff. There's a lot of pain and suffering in markets in general, making it even more important to not get caught out. So what you need to realize is that your emotions are usually a good inverse indicator of what you should actually be doing. When you're feeling fearful, you shouldn't be selling. Instead, you should be brave enough to buy, assuming, of course, you actually manage your funds well and have cash on hand. When you're feeling greedy, you're a genius, looking up houses to buy in Monaco and stuff, you shouldn't be buying more, you should probably be selling. Okay? You have to have the courage to sell. You have to have the responsibility towards your future self to sell and take some damn profits. Now, before you make any investment decision, of course, make sure to check in with your emotions to stop yourself from making any irrational decisions that you may regret later on. So, how do you know when the bubble is about to burst and it's time to sell and run for the hills? Well, as you can see, the top of a bubble comes when there's eventually a call for a new paradigm of whatever, finance, money, metaverse, gaming, whatever bullshit, okay? In crypto land, these tend to be big, bold claims like Bitcoin's going to $1 million this year. Or when talk shows can't get enough of, stuff like Paris Hilton and Jimmy Fallon when they were talking about NFTs back in January 22. You need to be on the lookout for these extreme, dramatic, and over-the-top signs that the market is way overcooked. And we've got a video coming soon, we haven't released it already, about top signals to watch. Force to go watch that video. But anyway, if you're caught up in the euphoria of it all, you're not going to see clearly. Going by how things feel right now, we're not even close to this point yet, by the way. Google searches for Bitcoin are rising, but nowhere near insane levels. And outside of CNBC, the media attention is really only just starting to begin. Again, when like Jimmy Fallon launches his meme coin, that's a probable top signal for the market. So there's still a long way to go here. But when the market moves, it moves fast. And it also ends fast. Remember, the smart money, institutional money will be the first to sell and leave. Leaving, essentially, retail investors like you to hold the bag. Someone's got to hold it. They want it to be you. Don't let it be you. If you don't have a plan made yet, an exit plan, then you're going to be someone's exit liquidity. Okay, so now's the time to make your plan. Because to actually make money in crypto, you need to hit the sell button. You need to, guys. These things are wildly volatile and will collapse massively in the bear market. So, know what market signals you're looking out for. Know what cryptocurrencies you're selling, how much of them you plan to sell. Because the end will come. The end always comes. And I love the bull market. The bull market's fantastic. It's very exciting. Everyone's getting rich all the time. Yay. But it'll end. It'll end way faster than you think it's going to end. So have a plan. Remember, failing to plan is planning to fail. I'll see you in the next video.